Here's the starting lineup. Stan Butler will be on the pole in 61B, and Kip Beard, his teammate, alongside in 61. The second row, Denny England in number 84 and Brian Gerster in 26, carrying one of our onboard cameras. Dave Steele starts inside row 3, along with Derek Davidson. Then Eric Gordon in number 21 and Matt Boo in 73. The fifth row will be Matt Jewell in number 18 and Brian Tyler in 75 with another onboard camera. Tony Elliott starts inside of row number 6 along with Ryan Newman. In the seventh row, Brad Armstrong in 99 and Tracy Hines in 51. The eighth row, Jason McCord in 4C and Scott Hull in 5T. The ninth row, Steve Cerniak in 1S and Brett Poole in 9. The 10th row, Dave Darlin in 69 and Robbie Rice in 22. And Bobby Smith and Brandon Petty will start in the last row. All right, let's see if we get a good clean start here as the green is about to come out and the 30-lap feature at Louisville Motor Speedway underway.
Well, Stan Butler got a terrific start, and that's going to get him the lead, and it's going to be tough to beat him. As Amy said, from that front row, it's going to be very, very difficult. But look at on the outside, Davidson hangs out there and runs the whole first lap on the outside of the track.
Yeah, Brian Gerster has fallen into third position. England is in fourth spot as the lead continues to be held by Butler. And back here, some really good side-by-side wheel-to-wheel racing. That is
Brian Tyler. He's on the outside. He's already passed 2 or 3 guys in that outside group. It looks like he's pretty well got that thing figured out there. And if he can stay out there and do that, he's going to be very tough. Uh-oh. Doesn't want to let Ryan Newman get to the inside too often, though.
Newman trying to get his nose to the inside, but Brian Tyler slams the door and won't let that happen. Meanwhile, Dave Steele is also using the high line to try to pick up positions. A good battle up front now as we have Butler being challenged by his teammate Kip Beard on the outside, and Gerster is on the inside, making it a 3-car battle.
Yeah, now he's got to make that pass. If he doesn't, he's going to lose second. That's the chance you take when you move to the outside. If you don't make it, you're probably going to get freight trained, and it looks like right now, oh, he didn't though. Great job by Kip Beard. He got back down to the bottom as he kind of squeezed Gerster a little bit. He made him run a little bit lower than he really wanted to, and when he did, Gerster just couldn't get around and had to fall behind him.
2 Florida guys remain out front. Gerster third. Back there in fourth position, Dave Steele is trying to get to the inside of England. Meanwhile, up front, it is still a good side-by-side battle. Beard makes another challenge of Butler to the outside. These guys are teammates. They've driven all the way from Tampa, Florida, and they're showing the way right now, running side-by-side with Gerster, wondering where he should go.
Well, Kip Beard doing a great job. He's doing just like Tyler. He can't quite get it down that main straightaway. Through the big arcing part of the race course, he does a good job, and he's faster. But right down there in that little there he gets sideways, and that's going to cost him a little bit, but he hangs on to second spot.
Yeah, I was surprised that he held on to second. Normally a slide of that magnitude when you're running so close will drop you a couple of positions, but he only drops back to second. Now there is Dave Steele in the black number 2, running right behind Denny England, and Brian Tyler has also made his way up through the field. He's running the outside behind Derek Davidson in the 62.
Yeah, he's tried several times to get by on that outside. He's done a good job, but boy, it's a long way to the front from back there, and he just hasn't been able to quite make it around. He's tried inside and outside. Now then he's going to go back to the inside.
We're on board with Brian Tyler as he looks to Derek Davidson up there in the red car to his right. Meanwhile, it's still Stan Butler and Kip Beard doing battle for the lead of the race. Beard has mounted another challenge after getting sideways and losing a few feet, but now has come right back up to challenge on the outside. Steele has moved to third around Denny England, and now watch Dave Steele close in on the top 3.
Closing in and passing are 2 completely different ball games here. As Denny England did a great job holding Steele back there for a long time. Now that Kip Beard, once again, that's where he's the fastest, getting into that big arcing part of the race course, but he can't take advantage of it. He needs to be able to get up the side of Stan Butler and beat him into that straightaway. He just can't quite
to the inside of the racetrack while Beard stays to the outside. Beard gets a little bit sideways once again, coming out of turn number 4, and Gerster gets second.
Well, the tires are cold. After that yellow flag, the tires were cold. Kip Beard went outside very quickly, and when he didn't make it, he gave that inside groove to Brian Gerster, and Gerster took advantage of it.
So put Beard back.
Oh, look at this, look at this. Oh, they touched wheels. Gerster just kind of moved him over a little bit. Not quite enough, though. Boy, he gave it a heck of a try right there, but Butler did exactly what he had to do.
Eric Gordon running fourth, and Brian Newman is up to fifth position, that black number 10. So Gerster now tries to get by Stan Butler, as the battle for third now begins to heat up, with Eric Gordon to the inside, Beard to the outside, and Beard's tires are heating up, and he's not as successful as he was earlier.
Yeah, once you get on the outside, he's going to get freight trained here. There's about 5 or 6 cars right in a line, and they're all going to get by him before he can get back down to the bottom of the racetrack. Look at this. So Gerster moves to the outside. He doesn't have any choice because Eric Gordon is all over. Now, if he gets out there and he doesn't make it work, he's going to be, oh, look at this.
Oh, and Eric Gordon crashes, and another car is into the wall.
Yeah,
I believe that's Beard, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. It is Beard.
Outside, that's where Gerster made it work, so maybe that's where Newman could also find the opportunity to pass. Meanwhile, Davidson and Brian Tyler are breathing on his heels.
Yeah, now right here's where he's got to do it. He's got to get around him before he gets to this next corner. If he gets up, he can't do it. He's going to have to fall back in line, and Davidson is right there. You got to do it before you get to that last fourth corner. You got to get around him back there in the middle of the other corner.
Watching the battle for second, third, fourth, and fifth. Here's Newman to the inside, and he gets it.
Yeah, and you can see Stan Butler close the door very quickly before Derek Davidson could get in there. He did a nice job preserving that third place.
So now it's Brian Gerster leading Brian Newman second, and Davidson has taken third from Stan Butler. So Butler's falling back here in the late going. Here comes Brian Tyler around, and now Matt Jewell will try also in the 18. Oh, nice move by Matt to the inside.
Yeah, Stan Butler has a problem. I don't know what's gone wrong, but here with these last couple of yellow flags, he's definitely had a problem, and he's going straight backwards.
Here's Brian Gerster coming around to take the white flag. One more lap to go at Louisville Motor Speedway. Gerster looking for his first USAC sprint car win. He's less than a half a lap from victory here, and it looks like, yes indeed, Brian Gerster wins at Louisville, the winner of the 1998 Jimmy Carruthers Award, who made a brilliant return to racing after suffering life-threatening injuries at the end of 1997. Comes home a winner here tonight. Gerster is your winner at Louisville Motor Speedway. Brian Newman finishes in second position. Well, a great race, and we'll be back to talk with the winner in just a moment when we come back for more USAC Stoops Freightliner action. Gerster, let's talk to him, and here's Mr. Lee.
Boy, I like that youthful enthusiasm. We began the show with some moisture in Victory Lane from sponges. We're going to end the show with some moisture in Victory Lane. It's starting to rain. Congratulations, your first USAC sprint car win.
Man, thanks a lot. I really owe a lot to these guys for hiring me to drive this car. Bill Biddle owns it. Greg Smith works on it all week long, and along with some of his relatives that come to the shop. My dad helps us with the setup, and you know, it's really neat. I got to say hi to my girls back at home, and this is for you guys.
Now listen, you had that late yellow. That gave you a chance to cool the tires, and talk about that last pass on the high side.
I think we were just a little bit better on colder tires than what he was, and you know, so the yellows kind of kept helping me get a shot at him, and you know, we were just fortunate to make the car stick. You know, I said earlier that we didn't think we needed all that horsepower, but there was one time there when I stepped on it, and I was glad we had a lot of motor, because the Hoosier tires hooked up, and it got us right up next to him, and we were able to stay there, and the car handled really good. And you know, just, you know, we got a little lucky. We thought we could come down here and be faster than what we did, and we didn't qualify as well as we wanted, so that moved us up a row, and I'm sure that helped.
Will this propel you on to perhaps going for the championship this season?
We kind of had the intention of trying to run all the races. We haven't been quite as strong on the dirt. I've got a really good race car. John Baker owns my dirt sprint car, and he's been taking me to those races. I just don't have a lot of dirt sprint car experience, so you know, we're going to go to all the races probably, and if we can pick up the program a little bit on the dirt, you know, I think we can handle them on the pavement. But you know, the Indy 500 and the Daytona 500 are all on pavement, so I guess if you're going to be better at one, it might as well be the pavement.
And the first win comes as the rain falls here in Louisville.
There you go, Brian Gerster. Let's take a look at the top 10. And while you look at the top 10 finishers, we will tell you that Derek Davidson will go out of here with a 30-point lead on Brian Tyler. And Dave Darlin will be in third position, just 1 point behind Tyler. So a good points battle shaping up already as we look at 6 through 10.
Oh, it was a very good race, a very entertaining race. And Gerster did a great job. Some of those guys came from a long way back, too.
Remember, more racing is coming up this weekend on ESPN on Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. It's the Memphis 200 for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Our next Thunder